welcome to episode 27 of the Barely Onside podcast with your hosts, Jonny G and Pelly. How you doing, man?
Man, I'm doing good, brother. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I broke my mic, though, so now I have to hold it instead of putting it on the stand, so it's going to be a little different today. See what I'm saying?
Well,
but
you're always
good times.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I said you always hold your microphone anyways, so I feel like this is better for you.
Yeah,
so
it's true.
Just saying, it looks good on you. It looks good.
Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate that. So, dude, man, how's your week? I know a busy week. You just getting home from the USA. Tell us a little bit about what you were doing down there. Last time we had our pod, you were in Dallas.
I was in Dallas for work for 4 days. Yeah, it was good, man. Dallas, they had, I think, record temperature breaking. It was like minus 13. It was awful. You know, I expected to go there and be like, oh, yeah, going to Texas. Let's go. No, I just brought a blazer, but we stayed at the resort the whole time, so it didn't really matter. But still, come on. We left Alberta minus 30. Like, yeah. Either way, went to Palm Springs after, plus 32 for 5 days. Clean living, okay?
Yeah.
Fucking did the Disneyland thing. Oh my gosh. You know what? To any of our listeners, do not go on don't go on a Saturday. Don't go on a Sunday. Don't go on a Friday. Not only does it break the bank, it's just so busy. That place just doesn't care how many people are there. It's chaos. I think we spent $1,300 USD in one day. 2 adults, 2 kids, and we snuck Wesley in. We said he was under 3. Right? Right?
Really? Under 3?
I shit you
he's
not.
Close. He's 3, right? He's 3, yeah.
He's 3.5, yeah. But yeah, I mean, $200 for each adult. Plus, you get the fast pass tickets, so you can go on the rides quicker than other people. So that's $30 each. Everly was $100. Gas, we'll call it $100. We went to a steak place by the Pirate Caribbean, so that was like $150. Then Everly's princess thing. She wanted the princess. I forget what it is. Princess Booty, I don't know. But yeah, that was $300. Something like that. I forget it is. But yeah, it's pretty adorable. But yeah, man. Super expensive. But yeah, memories are for the kids, right? So it is what it is. Happy to be back in Canada. But we did watch the Four Nations face-off. Poolside at Gigi's house. Yeah. I'm super stoked that the boys pulled off a dub. So
yeah, wasn't that pretty special, eh, man? Fuck. I know we didn't get to do a pod after the game, but man, was that a lot of fun. We don't need to recap the whole thing, but man, how excited were you when McDavid scored that goal, man? Holy man.
The golden goal. How? John, I wasn't expecting to beat the USA. You know what? Seeing that, Cale Makar was back in it, that's a plus, but then Morrissey was out. But man, the talk of the tournament, Harley, man, that kid was so good. And a guy who is American playing on a Canadian team, I just don't know how he feels about it, but we feel good. But no, I mean, both teams are pretty banged up, and Biddington, man, he's the star of the whole tournament. That kid just battled. All the doubters out there, I told you so.
I know, man. I was, and I think you were the same, but I was the same way, man. Like, after watching him in Sweden, like against Sweden, like, I watched the third period and overtime against Sweden, and just like watching this guy when you needed to make a save, like this guy was unreal. Yeah, he let in a couple of softies, sure, here and there, but man, when the game was on the line, like he was incredible. So I had no doubt that they were going to stick with him, and I'm happy they did, obviously. But I think that's what you have to do in a 4-game tournament. You can't just be switching goalie here and there. Like, you can't. You got to pick one, ride them, hope that it works out. And in Binnington's case, it did.
100%. 100%. The 4-game tournament, you have no choice. Yeah, I think I kind of feel bad for, Aiden Hill, for Sam for not getting a shot, but it is what it is, right? So, I mean, you look at the goalies for US, all 3 elite goalies, So, but I mean, that's not true. He did get a game against Sweden, right? Dallas's goalie there.
Ottinger. Did he? I didn't even know. I didn't even watch that game.
They lost, 2-1? Yeah, he did. Hellbuck was day off. And then obviously Matthews, the Chuck brothers, Kreider came in. Yeah. So, and hey, Sam Ersson gets a W against his coach. Amazing.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I guess I didn't even realize that. Did you watch that game at all, or?
I did. Yeah, I tried to, even though I was working. But yeah, it was amazing, man. It was good. But how was your week, man? What was new? What did you guys get up to?
Not much, man. Really. Actually, we had we went to a birthday party on Sunday, and it was his name's Tommy, and Alexi has taken a liking to him a little bit, and so she was really excited to go. And yeah, I first met this kid, like it was a few months ago at another birthday party, and they rented a gym. It was like a community center, and they just opened up the gym, basketballs, hockey nets, hockey sticks, whatever. So I'm just playing hockey, obviously. I'm just like, great. Lexi goes off. I just start playing hockey. And then this little kid, Tommy, he starts playing with me, and like we just pass the ball like for like half hour, and he's really good, like really good. And I'm just like, whoa, you're like 5 years old. You're a pretty good little talent here. And so whatever. His mom wasn't there at the time, but she came to pick him up, and I was talking to her, and I was like, does he play? Like he's really athletic. Like he plays. Like he had a really good shot. Like he was playing well. She's like, no, he's never played before. And I was like, oh, okay, well, he's pretty good. So yeah, think about it.
This is a sign. Put him in minor hockey.
Exactly. So anyway, fast forward a few months, and we get the invitation for Tommy's birthday, and I text the mom. I'm like, hey, yeah, we'll come definitely for sure. Like what does he like? What is, for us as a gift? And I was like, does he like Legos and blah blah blah? She's like, not really. I was like, does he like hockey? And she was like, yeah, actually, we've been taking Tommy out this winter. He really likes it, and like we've been doing it as a family, and he loves it. I was like, okay, cool. Does he have a hockey team that he likes? And I was kind of hoping she was going to say no, but she said Ottawa. I was like, okay, Ottawa. So I was like, maybe I'll get him some apparel. So I went to this Laval Rocket game at the CTC at the Canadian Tire Center. So the Ottawa Senator shop. And I bought this kid a little hat, a little like a youth Ottawa Senators hat, and a Brady Tkachuk puck. So anyway, we were super excited to give that to him. He opened the gifts at home. So we got a picture of him after. We got a picture of Tommy sitting at the table with the hat on and the puck, and he looked pretty stoked about it, and I showed Alexi, and she was tickled pink. So it was pretty good, man. We had a good day. It was a good day. We're coming off like a bunch of sicknesses, like a week and a half of sicknesses. So like going to this party was at a play center, and I was so worried that we were going to all get sick again. Luckily, so far so good. Man, have you gotten your flu shot?
No.
I haven't even thought about the flu shot. And I'm just like, we all got the flu.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think when I'm old and stuff, but I mean, they say if you get sick, you got the what's it called? When you get sick, you get those microbodies. Antibodies. Yeah.
Antibodies.
Yeah. And I think if I had an autoimmune disease, I think my body would be compromised. I'd probably get it. But yeah, I try to take my vitamins, my oregano oil, all that stuff. But when you get sick, you get sick. There's nothing you can do about it, right? So, yeah. And I'm still battling this nasal thing, like the last, I don't know, 6 weeks.
At least, or yeah,
Sucks.
6. It's a
yeah.
long time. Yeah, I remember we kind of started that together with the dry nose.
We did.
I'm still working on the nose, man. Still dry.
So am I, man. It hurts like hell.
Oh, yeah, we put I got this cream that I just stick up there, but it helps.
I know.
It's weird. Anyways,
let's get into it. Let's
get into some hockey,
into it,
man.
Let's
do
fucking
it, man.
get into it.
Do you want to start with the Montreal Canadiens? Because we got lots of Philadelphia stuff. So let's start with Montreal. Get it off.
Let's start with whatever you want to do, Johnny. Let's get it.
All right. So Montreal, 2 wins in a row now. They beat the Carolina Hurricanes 4-0 last night. Goals by Juraj Slafkovsky, number 10. Patrick Laine, number 14. Not on the power play, an even strength goal. I think it's his second of the season. Nick Suzuki scored his 16th. Lane Hutson with numero 4, number 4. I told you a long time ago, if Lane Hutson scores 3 goals this season, then he's going to win Rookie of the Year. He's got 4. I don't know why I said that. 3 goals. I think at that point he had 0 goals and he couldn't. But anyways, assists to Nick Suzuki, 2 assists. He had a 3-point night, huge night for him. Jaden Struble got on the board. Alex Carrier, Alex Newhook, all with assists. Patrick Laine also had 2 assists, so he had a 3-point night. And an assist for Cole Caulfield. And what is cool about that? It was his 200th points of his career. So a pretty good milestone for Cole Caulfield. Obviously, he's having a great year. I think he's got 27 goals now. So he's on pace for well over 30. So that's good. And then you were talking about him. The Four Nations face-off third-string goaltender Sam Montembeault stopped all 20 shots faced for his 4th shutout of the season. And it was his 20th win of the season. So decent year for Montembeault so far. But yeah, overall, just a defensive masterclass. Shutting down the Hurricanes is not an easy task. They kind of played the Hurricanes game and came out on top. So obviously now they've won 2 in a row and are 5 points back of a playoff spot. But overall, man, just really happy with the win. Really, really happy because I don't know, man. I did not expect Montreal to beat Carolina, to be honest. I did not expect that to happen. So happy. Very happy about that.
It's funny. I think I think they've lost 2 in a row, but I know Edmonton's lost 3 in a row since coming back from the Four Nations.
Mm-hmm.
Like Philly spanked them, another team spanked them. Yeah, they just can't get a W, but they still.
No, I know that.
They're still in the contention. So
yeah,
it's just the Flyers, the Habs. They need to step it up. So
yeah,
keep it rolling.
Both teams are 5 points back. So yeah. Not too much else on the Habs for now. We'll get back to them when we talk a little bit about the trade rumors. But yeah, just a great game. Obviously, you know what? Like for I don't know, like a terrible stretch before the Four Nations break kind of set them back big time, and wasn't looking good. But 2 wins in a row. They didn't gain anywhere in the standings yesterday because Columbus won, and
everybody
they're on
won.
A good little run too. So they're 5 points back at the Sens, which is cool because I think the Sens are losing tonight as well against the Winnipeg Jets. But dude, I went to that game. I told you I went to that game in Ottawa. Man, that was an awesome game. Electric, man. The electric atmosphere is like 75% Habs fans. I did it last minute again. I'm just like, I'll
Good
have no intention of
Yeah.
going, and then like the day comes, and I'm just like, they're in town. Okay, I'm gonna go. I have to go.
Yeah.
And it was a great decision.
Why would you not do it, man?
Great decision, especially seeing Slav fight. That was amazing. Absolutely amazing.
He's how do you think he's doing this year? Do you think he's kind of still,
Well, no,
I thought he'd be better.
know.
I thought he'd be better.
Oh yeah, he should have been. He should be.
I mean, he doesn't. His new contract doesn't kick in until next year, so hopefully he steps it up. Gets at least 60 points next year, right? So, yeah.
I would hope so. Like obviously, yeah, very slow start. He's been picking it up the last couple games for sure, and even before that, he was playing a little better. But yeah, I don't know. 20 years old. He'll be 21 in March, so he's still super young. But
Yep,
it would have been
sure.
nice to. Honestly, at the beginning of the season, I really thought this guy was going to get 82 points. I thought he was a point per game player, but obviously he's not quite there yet. So, just a matter of time. But I think he'll get there. I think next year should be a good year for Slav. As long as he just finishes this season off strong, I'll be happy. So, anyways, enough about Montreal for now. Let's go on to Philadelphia. Philadelphia Flyers beat the Pittsburgh Penguins last night in a huge win. 6-1 Flyers. Goals from Rasmus Ristolainen, his fourth. Noah Cates, a couple goals. Number 11 and 12. Tyson Forrester with his 16th. That guy's creeping up on 20 pretty quick here. Bobby Brink, 8 goals. His 8th goal last night. And Owen Tippett, 17th of the season. Assists, Tyson Forrester, 2 assists. Igor Zamula, Matvey Michkov, 2 assists. 2 big points for him. Bobby Brink, 3 assists on top of that goal. Jacob Peltier, his first point as a Flyer. Jamie Drysdale. Noah Cates got another one. And Sean Couturier. So basically, that's a lot of names to drop. It's probably too
It's a
many
lot.
to drop. But,
the whole fourth line.
Yeah, so basically, Forrester, Cates, and Brink, and I'm pretty sure that was your top line yesterday, combined for 10 points, 4 goals, 6 assists. So obviously a huge night for those 3.
Yeah, man. And like the same with like Oilers. That was the first time this year that we had 12 goals scored in 2 games. I'm not sure if it's because the whole team's back. You got Paling back in the lineup, Tippett back in the lineup. I think Matvey was really hungry, and then I think having his comrade there with him now too. Have you watched Kuzmenko? Have you seen his personality? He's
No,
a
what's
fucking.
he like?
He's a treat. He's a treat. You can tell he's a goofy fucker. Like, he's just happy to be there, and he's funny. And I think I don't know if you know a lot about when Jaromir Jagr came to Pittsburgh, but he got homesick, and I forget the player from his country. They made sure. I wasn't sure if he was already in the league, if they traded for him or brought him overseas, but they brought him there. It could have been him, but then they just lit it up. They got his buddy there. He had some, lingo he could talk to. But I think that's what they need to do with Matvey is have a guy that's a forward who's older and kind of, take care of him a little bit. But yeah, man, Kuzmenko, and listening to Torts, I think he's the missing piece that I don't think he's getting traded at the trade deadline. I don't. And a lot of people are speculating that. So, yeah, this is super good for us. And I don't know if Risto's getting traded, if Laughton's getting traded, what Danny Briere has planned, but it's super exciting. Obviously, do I expect us to make the playoffs? No, but if we do, great. Sam Erson's playing good. I think having him win against the USA, I think his confidence is through the roof. Right, so yeah, and Tippett, man. Do you see his backhand goal against Edmonton? He beat Kulak, and just, dude, he's so quick. You can just tell he's hungry. I'm happy for him. Happy for the team. They're buzzing. Couturier playing great. Everyone, man, they're all working hard. So,
and that's 3 in a. Is that 3 in a row? 3 wins in a row?
Yes, 3 wins in a row. No, I think it's 3. But we play our final match against Pittsburgh at Pittsburgh tomorrow.
Oh, really?
So,
what do you mean your final match? You guys?
Well, we play 4 times a year. And tomorrow's
is that
number
it?
4. Yeah.
Oh, geez, I remember talking to you about going to those 2 games, going to Philly for one, and I can't believe it's already then. That's already time.
March,
okay,
man. It's
March.
It'll be March this weekend. But yeah, super.
So another big game against Pittsburgh.
Another big game against Pittsburgh, and I feel bad for them. They're just getting spanked. Yeah.
Did you see PK Subban call out Dubas?
I don't know. I think PK Subban's kind of. I'm not too fond of him. I don't know. I'm still kind of bitter. Like, I respect the guy. He's a great defenseman. But, man, why did he retire? Like, he could have played, like, another 6 seasons. I don't know. Just be quiet, PK. No offense.
Oh, man, he's been making quite the waves around.
Well, that's what he does. But did you see that one guy that called him out on his shit and said, dude, you're two-faced, basically? That you just say stuff to get people going, and I'm like, ooh, a brother. And one of his buddies, but he called him out and said, like, yeah, dude, you're fake as shit. Akeem. Yeah. And I love it. I'm like, yeah, and you've kind of heard that people say that too, and I get it. People say stuff to get views, clickbait, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, happy for him to get kind of lit up a little bit. So I don't know. One of my favorite, I'd say people. Oh my gosh, who's the guy from Vancouver? He played for Anaheim. Kyrgios. Biesca. I like Biesca. Yeah,
Kevin
man.
Biesca.
Biesca, I love him. I like him. He's legit. He's my fave too. Yeah. So I just remember when he Superman punched Gudis and knocked him out.
Yeah.
You remember that?
I do.
God bless him.
Was he a flyer then?
He was a flyer then. Yeah, just a 1-2. He gone.
Yeah, by Gudis. Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah.
Man. That Superman
it was
punch,
good.
One of the best. Yeah.
Yes.
Arison, he said he stopped 22 of 23 shots against Pittsburgh and got his 18th win of the season. He's been pretty consistent all year, to be honest. I mean, apart from his injuries, like when he's healthy, he's been pretty good. Right?
It's just it just comes down to Kolosov and Fedotov. You know, I don't think it's healthy and good for two young goalies, and one of them's not getting played for their development. So you're having 3 guys. 2 guys are rotating. Arison's just staying in, but I feel bad for Kolosov. You know, do you send him down to the minors? Yeah. I don't know. I don't know, because I think it's better if you have a guy, you know, like a defenseman or a forward on your roster in case some guy gets hurt or who's banged up, right? So I don't know.
That's a weird.
Maybe
move.
Kolosov. I think because Kolosov might be a little emotional if he does get sent down, or maybe it's good that he's got more Russian players in the room for Matvey. I don't know.
Yeah.
Right.
Maybe.
I think it's good for a kid who's got no Russian support. I mean, he's got Zamula. He's got, Kuzmenko now.
Yeah, which is nice.
Coley.
Dude, it looked like Matvey had a fun little fun couple weeks off. I think he went to Dubai.
Sand dunes. Did he go to Dubai? I thought he was.
I think that was in the Middle East. I think, he was in. I think he went to Dubai.
He was in Phoenix.
2 weeks off.
Good for him. Nice.
Yeah,
man.
I mean, I think I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. I think I saw that somewhere. But dude, man, let's talk some trade rumors, and we'll start with Scott Laughton. Still don't know where he's going. He's been linked to the Toronto Maple Leafs and to the Washington Capitals. According to Dave Pagnotta of the Fourth Period, a very credible source, the Leafs rejected an offer for Laughton. The asking price they thought was a little too high, and it was because the Flyers asked for Fraser Minton, which is
little guy,
kind of ballsy. I mean, he's like their top prospect.
Yeah.
So I don't think
funny.
they're gonna. There's no way.
No.
I'm sure Briere can try, but there's no way that the Leafs are going to give up Minton for a rental. Right? No. It seems a little crazy to me.
Yeah.
Minton currently plays in the AHL with the Marlies. Got 5 goals, 5 assists in 23 games. He's also played 15 games with the Leafs. Has 2 goals and 2 assists. So not great numbers, but I mean the kid's still super young. Still pretty new to the pro game.
And he's a small guy too, right? So a little small.
I haven't even.
I think
looked.
so. Well, let's check it out.
Yeah, let's check it out because I don't know how little he is. I don't think he's that little.
Yeah, I apologize. He's 6'2".
6'2", okay. So
I just thought,
size.
maybe because that's a great size. Pelly is. Oh, shut up. Man, I don't know what it is. I know you're not a big Toronto fan, but I'm kind of rooting for him in terms of I just gotta. I know what it is. I wonder what's gonna happen with Marner, if he's gonna resign or if JT's gonna resign. I like those two players, and I like Reeves. I like Nylander too. I think I'm still kind of butthurt about Austin Matthews being captain, though. I don't know what it is. I don't think he's
the Leafs.
I don't think he's your guy. And I was down when I was in Dallas. All the Toronto, all the Eastern people, and they kind of said the same thing. He's not a guy who's going to drop the mitts and get dirty. I don't know. I like JT before, and now he's lighting it up. But either way, what about Easton Cowan? Do you think they'd trade for him?
No. I think those are the two guys
so.
off the table, right? I just don't think.
Yeah.
Because it's not like they have a deep prospect pool because they've been so good for so long, and they seem to trade away their, first over or their their first round draft picks every year for rentals.
Yeah.
I don't think they don't really have, and I don't think they have one this year in 2025, which is why teams are asking for guys like Minton and Easton Cowan because they don't have a first round draft pick to give up.
For sure.
But I think Brière's stretching on that one. I don't know if he's going to circle back to the Leafs, and maybe the Leafs circle back to him. Maybe the Leafs are desperate, and I guess we'll see. But I don't see that happening.
Yeah, and if he goes, I don't know. I'd rather see him go to the Leafs than the Capitals, just because of that division rivalry. And he's from Ontario too, right? But I don't think Brière's. I don't think no one wants Scott Laughton to go. He's such a piece to the puzzle. Like he's a tight group, right? And this has been talking for what 2-3 seasons now. I just don't think it's gonna happen. So.
You don't think so? But he's a free agent, right? After the end of the year.
Oh yeah, I think he might get
it's a little different.
Happens.
Well, I was listening to Tortorella today, and he said you can't fall in love with these players.
No, you can't. So did I. It's business, man. It's business.
Yeah, as much as they do love him, and the teammates love him, you can't get too attached. He said. So they're probably going to trade him, but they better get a first round draft pick from him. If they don't get a first round draft pick for him, then Brière's going to be in trouble.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that'll take him. I think we have what 7 days, 8 days. When is it? Next Friday?
It's the March 7th,
or March 3rd.
March 3rd? No.
8 days. Maybe it's next Friday, right?
Could be. I'm not sure.
No, I think it's the 7th, John. I think it's next Friday.
Yeah, I thought it was the 7th. That's but
I think you're right. Yeah, I don't know. I think a lot of it's March 7th. I think a lot of guys are he's a good third line center. Right? He plays any position, defensive. Yeah. Really good on the PK. So
he'll be a hot commodity for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
In 56 games this season, he's got 11 goals, 27 points. But like you said, he's much more than just. Those are good numbers for sure. They're good numbers for a third, fourth line guy, but he brings a lot more than just production.
Yeah, he's gritty.
So we all know that Daniel Brière, he's come out and said it that he's going all in. He's going to put all his effort into finding you guys a number one center. So, according to Nick Kyprios of Sportsnet, he says the Kings may be willing to deal Quinton Byfield, 22 years old, if they can improve their chances. Yeah.
6'5". I like him.
Yeah, who wouldn't?
Yeah,
Who
he's
wouldn't?
a beauty too.
But
Yeah.
apparently, according to Kyprios, that they're willing to trade him if they can improve their team to try to get over the hump. Obviously the last, I think it's 3 years in a row where they've lost to the Edmonton Oilers in the first round.
Oilers. Yeah.
So they're looking. But man, if
who would
Philadelphia's
you
going to
give?
go, if you're Philadelphia, I don't know.
It's gonna be
I don't know what
Laughton.
Philadelphia has.
It's gonna probably be Oliver Bonk or Luchenko. It's gonna be one of the two, I think. Plus a draft pick, probably.
Would
and
you do that?
Scott Laughton. For this kid, yeah, he is good.
Yeah,
I
he's
like
got
him.
11 goals, 22 assists in 55 games. So kind of a little bit of a slow.
He's not how he had a better year last year.
He did, right? That's
He had
kind
a
of his
better year
breakout year last year.
Yeah.
Taking
Yeah,
a little
he
bit of
did.
a step back, but he's also below guys like Kopitar, Philip Deneau.
Yeah, Kempe. Kempe.
Yeah, right. So
Yeah, man.
I think if Byfield, I don't know if is Kempe a center though.
No, but I'm just saying he'll have a bigger role here, right? More opportunity.
He'd be your
Right?
number one
So
center.
he'd be playing
basically.
exactly. Right? And just having that physical body. Yeah. I don't know.
Big boy.
Maybe Couturier. I don't know. Maybe he'll go too.
Well, if they could, maybe they could deal him.
Yeah.
Eat some of his salary.
We'll eat $3 million.
kinda-
We'll eat $3 million. Straight for him. We'll give you a first rounder. And we'll throw in a guy, I don't know, someone from the Lee Valley Phantoms. We'll throw in your goalie. What's his name? What's the goalie that we traded 2 years ago for him? Who was it? I forget.
You guys
But he
traded
came-
a goalie?
No, they gave us a goalie when we traded. It was a three-way. Provorov. It was a three-way deal we got. And I forget who we got, but I should know this. I should have prepared. That's what happens.
Who knew
You
that
don't prepare,
Going
you
in
do
this
this kind
direction.
of shit. Yeah, but yeah, either way, I would love to see that happen. So
Yeah, man, the kid's only 22 years old, man. He's drafted second overall in 2020, so still fresh, man. He's still young, still got lots of time to get better. He's shown some great progress over the last few years. So I mean, if Philadelphia could land him, that would be a game changer, man. Then he
huge.
finally gets his number one center.
I
And then,
would, yeah, I'd be so grateful for Quinton Byfield, man. I'd rather have him over Dylan Cousins, hands down. Hands
yeah,
down.
I think so.
And
too.
Pettersson. Yeah,
Pettersson, man.
he's
so
kind of a
Pettersson,
wimp.
oh
He's
my
in the
gosh.
shit, man. He's
He
getting
is-
lit up. I hear teammates don't want him. They're done with him. I don't know what he's doing. Apparently he's out of shape. He didn't train in the summer. Yeah, he's just not doing well.
He's a mess.
And and Miller's gone. He's been gone for 3 weeks. So yeah, I don't know. I thought I liked him, but now I just think he's kind of a wimp.
terrible.
I don't know.
Yeah,
it's
he's
terrible.
not
You're
even
getting
good
paid what?
anymore.
You're getting paid 11.2, I think. 11.2
11.5.
or 11.4. 11.5.
I think so.
And does he even have 40 points this year?
I doubt it.
I don't know.
It's
Yeah.
unbelievable, man, because there's a lot of talk about him being like, okay, JT Miller's gone. You're going to the Four Nations face-off. You're going to go have some fun, get your confidence back. He was a complete
Yeah.
no-show in Sweden for Sweden.
He
And
gone.
then he comes back, and he's just terrible. And, yeah, I don't think anybody's happy with him. I don't think the fans are, the coaches, management, his teammates, like you said. I don't think...
It's a
I don't
lot
know,
of money,
This guy
man.
needs... and it's just getting started, man. Like, it kicks in next year, does it not? I think it kicks in next year.
Here's
Or
another
is it this
piece.
year? Could be this year. but
No. It kicks in next year.
it
And the
does, okay.
kicker is he gets a no trade clause when it kicks in. So they can trade him now. So do they keep him and then they're stuck with them, or do you trade him now, get rid of that bad juju,
move on?
Like, what do you do? And yeah, I would get rid of him, man.
You have to. They have to. They have no choice but to get rid of this guy.
Oh, stir the pot, baby. I love it. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, he's got to go.
I think I would, the speculations of Rantanen trading for Pettersson straight across. Why not? He's obviously not doing well.
He's not going to sign there either.
I know. Where's he going to sign, though? Montreal?
I don't know. I wish.
I don't know. I would love to see that. But I don't think I think he's getting traded. Rantanen's getting traded.
I think so, too. Maybe it is Vancouver. But, I mean, I don't think...
I think
the
Vancouver...
thing is, like, I don't know how any team could possibly trade for Mikko Rantanen, knowing that he's already been dealt once. Knowing that Carolina is not able to re-sign him.
2025, and you gave up Nakis.
Right, so,
you gave up was it
Nakash,
Foot? Who was it?
Yeah.
Foot? And who was the other piece of the? Who was the Carolina?
It was Nakash
not Foot.
and Drury. Jake
Drury.
Drury.
Yeah, he's a good player, young kid.
Yeah. Good third, fourth liner. Like
I don't know,
man. Like how much do you want to get Carolina?
Nothing. I don't.
You're not going to get Nakash
it'd have to be,
back.
Dude,
right.
it has to be apples for apples. It'd be Pettersson straight across.
But then, does Carolina want to? Well, I mean, if Carolina's willing to commit 14 to Rantanen, maybe they would be comfortable giving 11.5 to Pettersson.
I think.
But man,
I think it's the same scenario. I think it's the same scenario as Goodrow and Matthew Tkachuk. The Canadian market, you're under this fucking microscope so much that I think some players can't handle it. Toronto and the Habs are probably the worst, and maybe Edmonton. But you're under this microscope. If you mess up, you're getting lit up on social media, Twitter, everything for the next 2 weeks of a mistake you made, and people don't forget. Carolina, I think you'd be okay. I would love to play in Carolina because I just don't think they got better shit to do, right? So I think Pettersson needs to get traded there. Rantanen, he'd love Vancouver, right? I don't know. He fit in great, man. He's in the Rockies. He's in Colorado. He'll fit right in. Go back to your home. You'll love it.
The mountains. Yeah.
He will go back. Go back tree hugging. You'll love that shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd love to see that trade, man. Because I want to see Vancouver do well. I want to see Vancouver do well. But obviously they're in a race against Calgary. I'd rather see Calgary get in. So hopefully LA tanks. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's tough. It's tough.
What do you think? Do you think, like for Vancouver, do you think they care to get anything back for Pettersson? Like, obviously,
Why wouldn't you?
Well, I mean,
are you just in terms of getting rid of your salary, getting that freedom? But John, there's no centers. There's no centers in this league. So you better be getting someone like Cousins, Byfield, Crosby, gets something back where you can at least get back in that playoff race, that hump, right? I don't know. Yeah, it's two things. If you can get rid of the cash or at least get someone in return. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they want something, but I wonder, like, taking a risk with Rantanen, knowing that he may not re-sign in Vancouver, at least, and, like, I don't even know if they're competing for a playoff spot. I don't know where they are. I think they're falling. Haven't they fallen pretty good?
Well, yeah, they got issues. Demko's banana sandwiches. Brock Besser, I don't think he's had the best year. Miller Hegon.
Yeah,
you've lost some core guys, and if I was a Vancouver fan, I'd be pissed because the start of 2024, you're thinking this is our year.
Yeah,
and now look at it, you're slowly, just dropping. Yeah, and you're losing your boys. Yeah, man. And
so I don't know if Rantanen would even want to go there. Like
I don't see why not. I don't see why. I mean, beautiful place.
Yeah, but so apparently, from what I've heard, he's not fitting into Carolina very well, and I've heard a lot of people say it's because of like they dump and chase. It's just the style of play. Where I think in Colorado, like they make more plays at the blue line, and
they can break in and set up. They break in, yeah. You had Makar, you had McKinnon,
right?
Dump and chase. It's a tougher game. It's tougher.
Yeah, and I think that's what what's his name does. The coach there, Rod Brindamore. That's his style, and I don't think
Rod the Bod.
Like Rod the Bod. It doesn't sound like Rantanen's fitting in. In terms of the style of play.
Totally, man. And I must say, I'm not a fan. I mean, dump and chase is like old school hockey. But when you have guys like Philly struggles breaking in, and then you see some guys when they dump it in, some guys are like, "Fuck it, I'm going off," and some guys kind of go in, and the play's already screwed up. Like, I think you need to be all in if you're dumping chasing, and some guys, one guy goes in. I don't know. I like Colorado is one of the teams that they can just set up, get in the zone, set up, shake the forwards, and they're in the zone. And I think if you're that kind of team, you got that edge, you know. Like Edmonton's amazing at that too. They're so good at getting in that zone, right?
Yeah, but they have Montreal. That's how Montreal plays too. I mean, they're not at that same levels as Edmonton or.
But you got Lane Hudson, who can bring it in. Like that.
So, I mean, Rantanen could be a good fit in Montreal. You never know.
Yeah, and I think Rantanen would play great with Quinn Hughes. He'd play great with Quinn Hughes.
Oh, Quinn Hughes, yeah.
I
think most people would. Yeah, good hockey player. All right, let's move on to Jake Evans quickly. Tons of reports indicating that Jake Evans will soon be traded, even before the deadline. According to Marco D'Amico of, I think it's RG Media, there are 8 teams really interested in Jake Evans. So 8 teams: LA Kings, Seattle Kraken, Chicago Blackhawks, the New Jersey Devils, New York Islanders, Tampa Bay Lightning, Minnesota Wild, and Nashville Predators. So I don't think Montreal's going to have a hard time getting this deal done. It's just a matter of what they're going to get back. I don't think they're going to get too much, but Tony Marinaro of the Sick Podcast and Baypam Spa said Evans is looking for a 5-year deal at $4 million per year. Obviously way too much money. I don't mind the 5-year deal. That's fine for me. He's only 28, 29. But $4 million's way too much for a guy who consistently puts up, I don't know, like he's having a good year this year. He's got 11 goals, 27 points in 58 games. But he always hasn't produced like this. Like, you know, if you go back last year, the year before, like, I don't even know if he cracks 5, 6 goals, 7 goals. What are the numbers?
I agree. No, I believe every 10 goals is $1 million, right? So if you can produce 50 points, you should get $5 million. 100 points, you should get at least 10 million. That's how my brain works. So his best season was 2021, 2022. He had 72 games played, 29 points. Last year, 82 games, 28 points. This year, 58 games played, 27 points. He's going to probably hit that 40 points. I mean,
could. Maybe.
And the best thing about this year for him, though, he's got 5 game-winning goals for you. Huge. Huge. And he's putting up, 15 and a half minutes. That's pretty good, man. And he's 52% of the face-offs. Like, he's having a really, really strong season.
Oh, yeah.
So, and look back, last 3 years, he's averaged 52% win on the face-off. So that's really good for a third, fourth line string.
Yeah.
Right? So... Yeah, man. I mean, you're taking a risk, but hey, he's 28? He could be just starting now. Look at Konechny. He's just getting better.
Yeah.
And he's.
But I'd say he's more like Laughton, though, right? Like, I think Jake Evans is.
He's not as gritty
exactly
though. Is he a gritty? Is he gritty though?
Not overly. He'll drop the
block shots
in there, but
block shots.
I would imagine a little bit. But the big thing for him is that he's the penalty killer too, right? And he's one of the top PK guys in the entire league. So just like Laughton kills penalties too, right?
Yeah, that's his stuff.
So you get those third, fourth line centers who play great defensively, wins draws, kills penalties, produces 10, 15 goals a season. I mean, great guys to have on your team. He and Yoel Armia. Armia is also on the trading block as he's a free agent too at the end of the year. Are two of the league's top penalty killers, right? So there is a chance that they do get traded together, which I think increases the value in that trade coming back. Not in quantity, but quality. We'll see if that happens. But I expect that to happen pretty soon. Just talking to my sources, there, Pelly. I mean, this deal could go down any minute now. Just let me check my phone and see if I have any updates. Oh, yeah. The deal's coming right before me. There's a deal coming.
I hope he does. I like Jake Evans, man. I hope he does well, and I hope he gets that 5-year $4 million. So
yeah, he will. I don't think he will actually. I think what's going to happen is that he's going to go to free agency.
He might get 3.5. I think he'll get 3.5.
Then he's going to realize that no one's given him 5 years at $4 million.
How about 2? Give him a $2 million $4 million at 2 years. Yeah,
something like that. The shorter there is, the more money, the higher the AAV, and But I mean, if he's going to go, 5 years, go down to 3.2. Totally. I always said 3.25 is the max per year, but we'll see. Anyways, moving on from that, just to quickly wanted to touch on Alexander Ovechkin. You've heard of him, right? He's this guy,
the goat,
Russian goal scorer. But yeah, he scored his 30th goal of the season Tuesday night against the Flames. It was his 883 third career goal, just 12 back of breaking Wayne Gretzky's all-time record of 894. Dude, I want this more than ever now. I want Ovechkin to beat this record more than anything right now.
At first I didn't. I know why. I know exactly why you don't want him there. But I'm not going to say it. What I want, I know. I like Wayne. I think he's the best of the best. Yeah, you can say the caliber back then wasn't now. And you're right. But he wasn't a goal scorer. He was a playmaker. The fact that Ovechkin, you know what? I love Russian players. And I remember last year, I'm hoping that he didn't do it. But man, when you see Alex Ovechkin score, man, he's like a fucking 18-year-old kid. He's so happy. I hope he keeps playing. I hope he can go to 950, and try to hold this record for as long as he can. But I got a feeling, I don't know, man. I would love to see Draisaitl try to catch him. I would love to see it because I think it's possible.
Oh yeah,
I think Draisaitl's going to get 70 goals by the end of the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, this year, really?
Yeah.
What does he have now? Man. Does he just hit 50? I think he just hit 50, didn't he?
I think he's
to be on pace
45?
for 70. To be on pace for 70, he'd need at least over 50 goals right now.
Yeah, I'm just being optimistic, John. No, I think he's at like 45.
You think so?
45 or 43 is coming to mind.
I know he just hit a milestone. I remember seeing it somewhere that he hit it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Let's take a look.
Well, they played on Sunday, right? Okay.
Yeah, I'm on the Oilers website. There we go. He's at 43 goals.
So he's definitely not going to hit 70.
No, but he'll hit 60.
He'll hit 60, hopefully, yeah.
He'll hit 60. And
so what do you think of Wayne Gretzky? Yeah.
I love him. I love Wayne Gretzky.
Yeah?
I love him.
No bad feelings towards him?
Why would I have bad feelings towards him, Sean?
Because he's addicted to being a dickhead. Just kidding.
No. I love him. I love him. I actually went to one of his seminars back in Lethbridge.
You were there?
Yeah, my old boss paid for each of us sales reps. It was like $5,000. You know, Messier, Wayne Gretzky, a bunch of other higher caliber players, CEOs. He just learned from their habits. And yeah, it's great, man. You learn a lot.
Was that
and such a humble man? But yeah, Wayne Gretzky is really successful. It would have been 2014. 2014 or 2015.
I went to this speech at the MX Center.
And yeah, we probably knew that because we probably saw each other there. Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was just...
We were friends back then.
That I went to it was just him. We were friends back then. It was just Gretzky at the MX Center by himself. So I don't know if he had something else going on or...
Oh, there's another thing I did there, but it wasn't that time frame. Messier was there as well. It wasn't the NMAX Center. Yeah. But I mean, love him.
I'm not a fan right now, to be honest, but we don't need to.
Let it go, John. Let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Let's talk hockey. Let's talk hockey.
Anymore. Yeah. Okay. Fine.
Canada won. Canada won. Let it go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
You know what? You know what though? I'll say one thing. Okay, one thing. I really hope that Alex Ovechkin beats Gretzky's record in Canada.
I hope he does too.
Because Wayne Gretzky will be there. And
absolutely he will be.
And it will be Canada's chance to talk to him. However they want to address him, they'll have an opportunity to do so. And I'm looking forward to that if that's the case.
Wayne Gretzky has been saying for the last 2 years he hopes he breaks his record. Records are meant to be broken, John.
Oh, no, he's excited, and he'll be there.
He's excited.
And
he will be there.
I'm excited for the fans.
He's going to pass some... Yeah.
Exactly. I'm excited for the fans to have an opportunity to directly express their emotions towards him. So I really hope it happens in Canada. So Canadians will finally get a chance to tell them how they feel. You know what I'm saying? Not me? Okay. Well,
no,
you know what?
I don't know.
I think, you know what? Well, in that case...
I think that does it.
Does it. For another episode of the Barely Onside podcast. Thanks for listening, watching. Please follow us on Facebook and TikTok at Barely Onside Podcast. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And you can also listen to us on Spotify.
Spotify.